Hello, dear students. Namaskar and good afternoon. Today, this class is to be recorded for mass circulation for common good of all the students of education and psychology. Dear students, revered teachers, and my esteemed friends, we all are in a very critical phase of time of this century. Expressing solitude with you all and the people of the globe in solitude before going to light the earthen lamp or candle or torchlight, etc., to express unity and strength, stand behind the Honorable Prime Minister of India, stand behind the community of the whole global nations. This class is recorded for you all. Friends, light is life and life is hope and aspiration. Knowledge is light and we basically win life with enhanced knowledge, increased knowledge, development of knowledge. Humanity did not even imagine before this that there will be a time when the nations of the globe will be compelled for surrendering before any invisible or unseen enemy. Friends, my revered teachers and esteemed colleagues, unfortunately, that has become the reality, and we all are united so as to establish our domination over the unseen enemy for the continuation of life and preservation of our long-built civilization. Friends, my esteemed colleagues and teachers, the nature of nature is unsensible. It is well understood by everybody or all, but we become unmindful to this important, assertion. Rather, it is nature which basically changes our destiny, our fortune, our fate. Because of our folly or foolishness, we in normal course of time become unmindful towards the call of time and demand of nature. Friends, let us remain united, fight united for our survival, and helping humanity take the unexpected probability of partial extinction of some of the important human lives in this critical juncture of human civilization, particularly during the time of attack of the teeniest or the smallest unseen virus, which is being known or named as COVID-19. We are to we are to protect ourselves, save our race, help our civilization, stand and continue as per our expectation, considering the demand of nature for learning to live life as per its call without daring to demolish the harmony of living. Friends, you all are the future assets of human society. The advancement of life and the prime force of development of civilization. Dear students, respected teachers, time and the world do not stand still. Even sensing nature of all and everything is the universal reality. And our prime concern is to realize this and contribute as per our capabilities for the welfare of our own life and progress of our civilization. This is the prime mission of education at this critical juncture of human civilization. Time is the most important property of human life. People basically do not value time, as you all very much know it well, as it is to be valued for making life livable, and crossing definite phase become frustrated. All of we have definite capabilities for making our life precious, but it depends on the learning of everybody or every individual for knowing the basics of using time for own benefit and benefit of others. Friends, learning is the primary factor or force with the help of which the progress of life is being determined. Therefore, considering the complexities of life at this critical phase of human life and civilization, we cannot remain non-functional economically. Because of the declaration of social distancing, you see, all of we are, including you people, remaining at our own home in isolation. Therefore, we have enough time, enough free time. We are not attending our duties. We are not attending our institutions. We are not attending our academic classes. And therefore, you see, this time is to be used so much nicely so that you can make yourself ready for facing all the challenges which are to come to your life. We all are to value every moment at this critical moment of life and pay our attention towards everything else so that we can prepare our courses staying at home by following the principle of distancing in spirit and principle for the safety of our own life. Friends, considering the urgency, with the help of my lovely daughter and one of my dear students, I have started this program for the benefit of you all and contribute a little for the prosperity of the global social order at this critical moment of the nations of the world. Friends, this is an example so that all my colleagues, particularly colleagues of my own institution, and you people also follow the same path so that staying at home you can disseminate or transact your ideas depending on the course context, depending on course contents, depending on other things which are very much important, which are to be learned by the students from your own family situation to the life or to the situation or environment of your students where they are staying or where you people are, you see, maintaining life, preserving or respecting the principle of social distancing. Friends, today in this class, myself is to discuss with you all about developmental psychology. And this chapter is one of the important chapters of the paper 6.01 of the students of 6th semester, particularly students of 3rd year 6th semester. And at the time of going to discuss about developmental psychology, you see, it is the demand to discuss about psychology, and that's why with the help of this class, other students of education in general will be benefited. Dear students, my esteemed colleagues, your prime concern of having proper idea of developmental psychology should be realizing the meaning of the term psychology and development. And once you study psychology, once you try to know about development, certainly this will help you, the other students of education to update your knowledge concerning to education, concerning to psychology. Let us first of all discuss about psychology. Dear students, the term psychology, as we all know, has been derived from two Greek terms. One is psyche and the other is logos. Psyche means soul and logos means science or study of a subject. Once we say as science, we like to say or we like to mean that it is the systematic knowledge of the laws of universe. It is experimental knowledge. It is positive knowledge. And with the term psyche, logos is being linked, and that's why every explanation of psychology should be quite scientific. Friends, the earliest definition of psychology was the study of human soul. But once we say or define psychology as to be the science of soul, we fail to get the explanation of what soul actually means. As the word soul was vague and interpreted differently by different philosophers, psychology was defined as a study of or science of the mind or mental life of human being. This concept also couldn't convince people and the readers and did not progress much because it was difficult to define mind and it ignored the psychological or physiological aspects of human being. Man is always conscious of his mental and motor activities. Dear students, my dear friends, man is conscious of the environmental influences on his behavior and life. Therefore, famous German psychologist Wilhelm Wundt and William James. James is, an, James is a US psychologist, defines psychology as a study of consciousness or conscious level of mind. But many psychologists criticize this view. For them, means for those critics, consciousness is only a small part of the mind. Other parts of the mind are subconsciousness and unconsciousness. Keeping in mind about the subconscious part of mind, a group of psychologists defined it as the science of subconscious mind. There was another group who defined psychology as the science of unconscious level of mind. All such definitions have to face many questions because of the lack of scientific explanations. And scientific explanation is a must because with the original term means psyche, logos, psyche and logos. With the original term logos, science is being linked and every explanation of psychology should be scientific. Therefore, modern psychologists continued research and tried to forward a definition on the basis of scientific ideas, depending on new researches. This exercise helped this group of psychologists to define psychology as the science of behavior, and thus the modern concept of psychology, as you know all, is concerned with behavior. For US psychologist J.B. Watson, psychology is the positive science of behavior. So basically, it is J.B. Watson, and Watson is a US psychologist who defined psychology as the positive science of behavior. Behavior, very simply, is the reaction. Once you put a question, what does behavior mean? Because when psychology was defined as to be the science of soul, later on mind, later subconscious part of human mind, later on unconscious part of human mind, many questions were put because people or those experts or psychologists could not, give the explanations of either soul, mind, conscious part, unconscious part, or subconscious part of mind. And hence, when J.B. Watson explained psychology as the positive science of behavior, people started to put question, what does behavior mean? Friends, for your clarification, it is to be said that there is a very scientific explanation of behavior. Behavior, very simply mean, is the reaction of the organism or living being towards a stimulus present in the environment. It includes all the motor activities of the individual, means it includes all the motor activities of the living beings. Friends, dear students, behavior can be easily studied by several means besides the simple method of observation. So you know it very much well that observation is one of the important methods of studying behavior. So with the help of the observation method, we can study what does behavior mean. There is a US psychologist whose name is R.S. Woodward, and Woodward has described the journey of psychology from the study of soul to behavior, and this is very important for your examination, and it is generally put who said this. It is Woodward who explained that psychology first of all lost its soul, then it lost its mind, then it lost its consciousness. It still has a behavior of sort. Thus, friends, in the same situation, because of the advancement of researches in the field of psychology and in other areas of human knowledge, the concept of psychology was very scientifically placed before the readers, and it is now the science of behavior of all living organisms of this universe or of the universe. Not only psychology is the science of behavior of all the living organisms, but also in the same situation, it is seen, it is researched by it is brought forward with the help of the research findings by the psychologists that are experts, that psychology not only studies the behavior of the living beings or organisms of this universe, but it studies the behavior of even the non-living beings, non-living organisms, non-living things and matters of this universe. Friends, psychology is basically concerned with the study of the mental processes, experiences and behavior in different contexts. Mental process help to solve different problems. By solving problems, we gather experience and training. Experience and training are the basic elements for the modification of behavior. And modification of behavior is learning. And for learning, we need experience. We need training. We need education. And depending on learning, we you see, exist in this universe. We establish domination. We overcome all the problems of our life situation. Friends, the process of connection between the senses and the stimuli help to gather first-hand experience and training, and such training and the experience help the process of modification of behavior, which is defined as learning. So we keep contact with the help of the senses with different stimulus or stimuli of the universe. And once we keep contact, then we get stimulation. And once we get the meaning of stimulation, we develop a little bit concept in our mindset. And when we repeat the same situation, then the concept become permanent, and we learn that way, we get experience. Thus we learn to know and remember everything with the help of the activities of the senses resulted in the form of behavior. And that's why it is said by the experts and the psychologists that senses are the gateways of learning. And as these senses are the basic elements or important parts of our body, so we must have to say that the basic activities of or basic, you see, functions of learning are being performed by the senses, means by the physiology of the human organism. Experiences are subjective in nature because we gather experiences per the capabilities of the senses. Our experiences in the form of learning are subjective in nature because we expose experience responses as per the capabilities and the needs of psychic level of our body. Experiences are embedded in our awareness or consciousness. Senses are influenced by the internal and external conditions found in the total surrounding in the form of stimuli, and living beings or the organisms acquire different forms of behavior. Friends, our behaviors are the result of the responses or reactions we make towards the stimuli or activities we engaged in. Responses resulted in the form of behaviors may be simple or complex, and thereby we may develop either simple behavior or complex behavior, and that's why or that's way we may acquire simple learning or very complex learning situation or extensive learning. Thus behavior is the manifestation, or it is manifested because of the connection or bond between a stimulus and response. Means it is the result of the bond between a stimulus, means R, S, and a response, that is R. Both stimulus and response can be internal or external, which help to form and manifest our behavior, and the process of learning continues that way. Friends, basically psychology studies everything else concerning to human behavior, and concerning as learning is related with human behavior, so psychology studies learning in broad manner. Psychology studies the process of acquisition of learning, how humanity or how we the human being acquire learning, how we human being gather experience. All these things are the basic subject matters of psychology, and the modern concept of psychology is very scientific, and it is the science of behavior of every living beings and things of this universe. Friends, we are to stop this class here today because it is quite time, you see, to go to respect the call of the Honorable Prime Minister, and to show solidarity, and solidarity in solitude. We are united. We are to remain united so that we can exist our life. We can seek the partial extinction of some of the people of some of the nations of the globe in the hand of the tiniest enemy of 21st century, that is COVID-19. Friends, today we should better stop here, and in our next class we will discuss how we can define psychology, and at the same time we will discuss in detailed manner how we can define developmental psychology. Friends, for your benefit, if you like to get the written documents of this technical lecture or lecture which is being transmitted through YouTube to you people, you can send your email to my email, which is msharma.tihu@gmail.com, so that I can help you get the written copy of the documents which is being recorded as the YouTube lecture depend on psychology as well as developmental psychology. Thank you so much. The situation of this class recording is not so much scientific. So friends, bear with me, and the next time we certainly will be very much active in transmitting scientific lecture to you people so that you get benefit, particularly in your academic area, particularly in facing different interviews, particularly in writing, writing the concept of psychology or other things relating to education in your academic examinations. Thank you so much. Have a good night, as well as go for showing your solidarity to the and go to show your respect towards the call of the Honorable Prime Minister of India, and you go to light either candle or torchlight or lamp or everything else, whatever you like. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Have good preparation for your examination, staying at home with the help of the Android mobile or technological assets. Thank you so much. Namaskar.